Hey everyone. So this is probably not a good time for a live webinar, but it's when I want to do it, so you can all watch the replay when it suits you. So let's talk about supporting our team, and really what that's about is inspiring leadership and inspiring and helping and supporting people to do what you do and create a business with doTERRA essential oils. So the key is really this. And I learned this from Natalie and Andy Goddard, who are obviously incredible leaders, and they are the top earners in the entire doTERRA company. They're not the top rank in terms of their double presidential diamonds with double diamond, which means they've got presidential diamond and also built another diamond leg. But they earn more than even the double presidential diamonds because of the amount of leaders they've inspired and because of the amount of diamonds and above they have in their team. And they say it's about loving people where they are. And then they say again, and really loving people where they are. So I found this a difficult process when I started building my doTERRA business, because in the beginning, understand that it is just you building your doTERRA business. It is up to you. You need to be doing the enrollments. You need to be doing the classes. You need to be sharing. You need to be doing the training. And for the most part, and initially, I found in the first year, it was really me building the large majority of my business. And you'll start to have some people sharing, but what most people find is that it's about taking people through a process of live, share, build, lead. So in order to do that, it's really meeting people where they're at and not trying to force them to want certain things or be what you want them to be for your own rank. It's about really supporting them where they're at. So that's why we do placements in the way they do, and feel free to go on YouTube and watch my placement video for more information on that. But yeah, really meeting people where they're at and asking them in the class, as I've mentioned before, talking about live, share, build, having a wellness consult, offering to do classes, walking them through that process. But really what I think inspires leadership is you living your dreams and you showing up every single day and taking action in your business and stepping up to the plate and manifesting and visualizing and being the kind of leader that you want to attract. If you are always complaining that your downline aren't doing enough and they're not doing this and they're not getting this to this rank for you to be that rank, and you're busy like bitching in groups about this, that, and the other, and someone took your enrollment and blah, 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 negativity, whinging, toxicity, bitchiness, drama, that's not going to create and inspire leadership. It just isn't, unfortunately. And I see far too much of it going on. So if you put a lot more time and energy and focus into being the leader that you want to attract, you will start to bring those people in. And if you genuinely love people where they're at, support them, nourish them, nurture them, actively care about them as people in their lives and their dreams and their passions and their families and what's going on for them, just really be there as a rock and support for people, even when they're just wanting to use the essential oils. Because as I've said, I find a lot of people, it's a process. So initially, and I've had people even in recent months, like 2 people that I enrolled like 2.5 years ago, very beginning of my business, Cat Child and Sarah Woodison. They have just been using oils this whole time. They've been on LRP this whole time. They've been in my Facebook groups in the support community. They've known that they can reach out to me at any time if they need support. But I haven't been like hassling them, like, when are you going to build? What are you doing? You know, on top of them trying to get a commitment from them or force them to be something that they haven't expressed an interest for. I've just been there creating and sharing content and doing what I do and, you know, concentrating on being the best leader I can be. And 2.5 years later, they've both popped up and said, okay, I'm ready to build now. So I'm, you know, putting them through my online training and answering questions and supporting them. And, you know, they're coming to convention and they're super pumped because I've just met them where they're at. They were all users for 2.5 years and that was fantastic. And I supported them and they did their LRP every single month, and they knew where to come if they wanted any more info. And now they're ready to share and build. So that's the way it works sometimes with people. Some people, of course, are ready to build straight away like I was, and be willing to meet them where they're at and support them through that journey as well. Don't kind of hold people back from wanting to build straight away. And for me, helping people, showing people the value that they have is extremely crucial, because they may not have had other people in their life show them how incredible, how valuable, how brilliant, how inspiring, how kind, creative, and how awesome they are at doing classes and how passionate they are. The more you focus on bringing people up and showing them how loved and cared for and valued they are, the more they will thrive and shine and step into their divine self. So for me, that is what my leaders in doTERRA did for me. You know, it's not always your direct upline. For me, it was Deborah Husbands, who's 6 levels above me. And if you don't have an upline that's building doTERRA or, you know, particularly actively mentoring you, for the love of my sanity, let go of your massive attachment and need to go on and on and on and on and on about how much you're not supported, blah, blah, blah. You know, I've never had anyone enrolled and placed in my team. I'm proud of that. It means I have gone out there and just created, done all my own training, done the classes, done Diamond Club, done the hard yakka, and built my business. I haven't had other people running classes for me. I haven't, you know, except for when I started connecting with Vanessa Jean and we started doing classes, you know, for each other's teams, and we've trained each other's teams. So if you don't have necessarily that upline support, go to events, go to leadership retreat, go to convention, go to business trainings, and connect with other leaders, and, you know, create friendships and accountability partners. Don't just take from other people and expect that people will just give and give and give to you. Create partnerships where you're collaborating and working together. And it can be easy in the beginning of my business to get into the mindset of, you know, not working with anyone else and people are poaching and competition. But I promise you, once you let go of that and actually just take a deep breath, realize there's more than enough to go around for absolutely everyone, and you're not going to get anywhere by poaching and trying to be better than other people and putting others down and whatever. Just do you, be you, help as many people as you possibly can, whether they're in your team or other teams. Show people the value in themselves. And the more you concentrate on complimenting and loving people and nurturing people, of course you can provide constructive feedback gently and in a way that is going to be of benefit to them, and especially if they've asked for that. But be really careful with that, and just use doTERRA as an opportunity to be the absolute best version of yourself that you've always wanted to be. I feel like a lot of people have spent a lot of time in either 2 roles in their life, victim or bully, or both. They switch in certain instances. You know, if they've been bullied over here, they might bully someone. You know, say they've been bullied or treated poorly in the home, they might take that out on other people in the workplace and bully others. So it's a really interesting cycle that I see. I've been bullied extremely badly in high school, in every workplace I've ever worked in. I've had instances where I've felt poorly treated even in doTERRA. That is few and far between, fortunately. But don't be that person, and also don't be the victim. You know, everyone's always taking advantage of you, attacking you, etc., etc. Wear your essential oils for protection, create an energy light of protection, and please just be the person that uplifts other people, brings them hope, and shows them that they can do this. I think one of the reasons that people may look to me as a leader and feel inspired by what I'm creating is that I'm honest about my vulnerabilities and shortcomings. And I don't pretend to be this magical unicorn that has all of my ducks in a row and the white picket fence and the perfect situation and, you know, just everything is just la-di-da fantastic, because people see that as unattainable. They see that as you're up there and they're down here, and that they will never be able to achieve that. And I've had people tell me in my team, you know, Jessie, we thought that we could do this, and we, you know, understood the potential because you were so real and honest about your struggles, and you were just who you are, going out there and facing your fears and working through the anxiety and tackling challenges head on. And, you know, you don't have business degree and you don't have any formal qualifications, and, you know, you're just a normal chick that had a dream and a vision and had the desire to make it happen and made a choice to get it done. And they see the same thing for them, that they can make a choice and get it done. So don't try and be this like perfect, magical, woohoo, I'm going to do everything. Everything's always amazing. Just be a real person and meet people on that real level, and they'll feel your integrity and support and authenticity with that. I had something else I was going to add to that. Yeah, so business training and support. I think it's really important that you do spend physical time with people. So for me, the build and launch guides that are created by Share Success and available at the Share Success Library are extremely helpful. So you can use them as tools to sit down with people, even if it's just one person. I've done heaps of business trainings for just one person. Yeah, so you can obviously do big trainings where lots of people attend, but even if you're just sitting around a kitchen table with 1 or 2 people, take them through the build and launch guide, take them through back office, start talking about the business opportunity more, and also celebrate and recognize not just success, but when you see people making a significant effort, because it is challenging to go out after a goal and miss it. So, you know, my biggest thing, like I find people reach out to me, not so much when they're doing amazing and they're rank advancing and it's all going really well, but when they're struggling, when they've done some classes that, you know, haven't gone so well, when they've had some experiences and fallen a little bit flat on their face. And that's a really good time in leadership to really pick people up and love and nurture them and say, you know, come back to tapping, come back to your visualization, manifestation, come back to why you're really doing this and what your dream and big picture is, and push through this barrier, because the universe does test us the closer we are to something we want, to see how strong that faith is and how badly we want it, and we need to push through to create the snowball and create the momentum. And for me, business growth can look like this. Like, this is the way my business seemed to grow. It was like kind of slow, me doing pretty much everything, feeling like it's not going to get anywhere. I'm never going to be diamond, or definitely not blue diamond or presidential diamond. And then things start to really pick up as you continue and you maintain that momentum and you maintain that strength and resolve that you're going to do this no matter what, and you're going to find a way over, under, or around every block that comes your way, and you're going to tap through your stuff, and you're going to do personal development, and you're going to show up to events, and you're going to keep showing up for yourself and your team and the oils every single day, because you know that people need these oils in their life. You know that this opportunity changes lives. You know you're meant to do this. So damn it, you're going to get it done. So if you push through that phase and you help others see the possibilities, a friend of mine always says, build and the builders will come. And that is extremely true. So support people, but also, I'm going to move on to another point now. Do not enable people. You want to empower people. So in the beginning of my business, another mistake that I would make was kind of making it seem really easy, and like I'd do everything for them. They didn't have to do anything, and, you know, I'd support everyone and do all the classes, and they just had to, you know, whatever. Don't enable people, empower them, create simple resources for them to use. So you know, you don't have to explain the simple steps 1,000 times over. That's why I've created so much training on YouTube, so that it's just there. If people ask me about placements, I'm like, bam, here's a video. If you have any questions though, let's have a chat about it, and continue to engage on them on a personal level, but have systems in place for those simple things, but also do things in person with people, because it's extremely powerful. But yeah, empowering, creating expectations. So you're telling me that you want to be diamond in a year. Okay, well, these are the steps that realistically you would have to do in order to achieve that. You know, minimum 10, 15 classes a month, plus one-on-ones. You're at least 2 contacts a day and 2 follow-ups a day. If you're wanting to achieve diamond in a year, more like 5 to 10. We do much more than that, those of us that want to rank advance very quickly. Personal development, tapping, manifesting, attending leadership retreat and convention, attending business training, you know, showing up. Put it really plain and clear. If they're wanting to achieve silver in a year, work out the expectations and some realistic goals and action steps day by day for them to take in order to achieve that. And again, meeting people where they're at. Don't try and make people, you know, go for silver because you need that for your rank. If you're wanting someone to be silver or whatever rank you need to take responsibility for going out there and personally enrolling and building building the volume you need to achieve the rank you want to achieve. And if that person doesn't want to be silver, continue to personally enroll and find someone that does want to run with you, that does want to do classes, that does want to show up. If you're manifesting and you're showing up for yourself every day, that will happen. You just have to keep going. And when you have crap months, like January was rubbish for me, to be honest. It really was not an amazing month for business. That happens to all of us. But if I let that really dampen my spirits and mean that I don't make February and the rest of the year friggin' incredible, like I could look at January and go, yeah, well, this is, you know, I'm over it, it's never gonna work, whatever. Or I could just come back to my center and go, right, I'm gonna create more powerful training. I'm gonna inspire people even more. I'm going to, you know, go to Fiji and really spend time with my leaders and connect and engage and do all these things. And I know that business has those months, so I'm not fazed by it, and I just get straight back on the horse and continue to do what I love, share my passion, reach out to people, engage with people. Facebook communities are obviously, if you don't have a Facebook group for your team business, highly, highly recommend it, because you can post stuff about the oils, but also business training and support. And maybe you can have a group for your active oil users, and also one for people that are sharing and building, and have expectations for the people in the builds group, like minimum, you know, classes a month or whatever you want to do. So that people know what is expected in order to be a builder. You can't be a builder, like say you want to be a builder and not have any activity to match those words. So, and recognizing success. So when people rank advance, you know, I get a photo of them, I post in the group, all of the incredible things about them, so excited that you've achieved this incredible goal, or their upline or enroller does that for them if they're not enrolled by me. So that's a really beautiful way to celebrate. And then everyone jumps off and comments, amazing job, you know, and gives them much love and praise. But also, as I said, celebrating people when you see that they're really making an effort and trying hard, and just doing stuff together as a team. So, you know, if you've got people coming to a convention, have a little breakfast with them or a team dinner. Yeah, and spend time with these people, because it is a lifelong business and you will create lifelong friendships. So that's what you want to do. You want to really be there for these people in their lives as well as their business. Let me just see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. Events. Support. How to launch new builders, support events, train people in the business, mentor people, nurture relationships. Yeah, so mentoring people, there are, again, on the Share Success Library, there are power mentoring forms. There are different protocols that you can follow, and of course do that if you're feeling comfortable with that. But again, maybe it will be good for you to create a weekly time or a fortnightly time if that person is open to that. Again, it's about meeting people where they're at and what they want to do. But if someone is open to maybe a weekly or fortnightly check-in over the phone, that would be fantastic, or even face-to-face in person if possible, or even once a month in person. I find what was really powerful for my team was having like a once a month business training and like weekly team calls as well, and then just reaching out over Facebook Messenger and checking in with people as extra support as well. I don't do team calls anymore because I do webinars like this all the time, and my leaders are doing more of that team call stuff now. But that could be something you could look into. You could use freeconferencecall.com to make a weekly team call, and, you know, make a focus for each week and celebrate people's achievements in those team calls actually over the phone as well. And then go through, like, maybe one week is how to run a really effective Empower Kit class. Maybe one week is how to support people on LRP. Maybe one week is about product training. And invite your different leaders to step up. So you could do this in calls, but as well physical business training once a month I found really effective as well, especially in the beginning of my business, getting everyone together in person and calling up different leaders to share different strengths and different things. So, you know, at one training I had Alison Bartolo share how she does host coaching and how she books classes from classes really effectively. One person sharing on how to support people to get on LRP really effectively, and also product training as well. You could have one person doing toxin-free cleaning if that's what they're really passionate about, or emotions and essential oils if that's what they're passionate about. As you're building your business and working with people, you will find their strengths, you will see their unique qualities and the things they bring to the table. So include them, involve them, make them feel you know, valued for everything they bring, because you know, my team, there's so much that I learned from my downline, from my leaders and from their builders and from their sharers and from the people using the oils. Like, I've learned more from the people in my business than I have, you know, anything that I've tried to do on my own. They just bring so much inspiration and wisdom and value and content, and like the stuff that I hear them come out with when I invite them to speak at business trainings or on a Zoom call with me or on a webinar with me, or invite them to share in the group and create files, is mind-blowing. I'm just like, wow, that's so powerful. People are going to get so much out of that. Business is going to expand. When you collaborate and share ideas and mastermind together, magic does happen. So be humble enough to recognize you have so much to learn from people that are, you know, 20 times newer than you. People just have incredible inspiration and creativity and ideas. So include people, make people be valued, be on their level, celebrate them, create exciting things for them. As you go up the ranks in doTERRA, you have more abundance and freedom to, you know, give gifts or retreats or put on team dinners or put on a special event for your leaders and really make them feel extremely valued and loved. Obviously, like I could not afford to do that initially in my business, and people just want you anyway. It's not about gifts and money and all the other stuff that you can do later if you want to. They just really want to be heard by you. They want to be supported by you. They want to feel a part of the community. That's what you can bring to them with doTERRA. It's an absolute gift. Allow doTERRA to allow you to unfold and be the absolute best version of you. Let go of any of the bullying, victim, negative, toxic mentality. Just completely release that right now in this second, watching this webinar, and go, I'm going to be someone that brings people hope, that uplifts people, that inspires people, that loves people, and that is just an absolute renegade for light, good, and change and freedom. And that's what you can be. Every single one of us can be that. So thank you so much for watching this webinar. Go out there and be the leader you were born to be, and that will inspire others to step up and lead with you and shine their bright light. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya.